Hello, good evening. Welcome to Back to School Night, Benson High School. My name is David Thompson, and I teach Advanced Algebra this year and also Automotive 1. So this is obviously a time which is difficult for all of us. I've been at Benson a long time, roughly 32 years. I student taught back in the 80s and have been here really ever since, except for 2 years. And of course, never experienced anything like what we're going through. And we're all trying to do the best that we can. So anyway, tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, I've been here a long time, 32 years. Was hired in 1990 as a math teacher, and excuse me, and as that, I've taught every level of mathematics. And about 15 years ago, I started doing some of the introductory shop classes, which have been fun. Very much enjoyed. I've done freshman auto. I've done electric. I've done drafting. I've done communications way back in the day when it was still a print shop. If any of you have any history with Benson, you know it's changed over the years quite dramatically in the last 10. And of course, we have another change. We're moving next year to Marshall, and then we'll come back to a newly remodeled school. But that and the virus itself being creating a situation in which we now find ourselves that we'll do the best we can. I'm going to put up my email, and if you need to email me or contact me, email is probably the best at this point. Also, your student should have a classroom account where we meet. I can also put up the schedule, but you should also have that. And then there are meeting times after lunch where we can also meet, and that's optional. So there are plenty of opportunities to meet, and I hope your student is learning as best they can, in this difficult environment. What I do is put up various lectures in mathematics, and when we do meet, I go through the problems and show them how they're solved. I try to call on students to help me to see if they know what they're doing, and as best I can, I try to evaluate how comfortable they are with the material. Unfortunately, unlike a classroom where if I was right there, I could kind of immediately judge. What I tell students is you need to know when you don't know something. You need to seek extra help. There's times when students and I can meet in small groups or individually, excuse me, online, and at various different classroom Google Meets and stuff like that, or just through email, whatever works. And so if you find that they're stressed out or frustrated, encourage them to meet with me individually. Class itself, Advanced Algebra, is a fairly challenging class for most people. When you start to look at these kind of topics, it doesn't come easy for many kids. Many kids it does. Most people are in the middle. They spend enough time with the material. They'll learn it. But we do everything from, if you had second year algebra and you were a student, we're starting out here with quadratics, which we look at all kinds of techniques for solving those, graphing those. We then move up to higher powers of polynomials. We move to eventually exponential functions, logarithmic functions, eventually to trigonometry, and sines, cosines, tangents, that kind of stuff. So the material is challenging, and it's easy to get overwhelmed, especially when we're putting a whole year's worth of material in a half a year. So if you do find that your student is frustrated, like I said, really encourage them to seek extra help from me. Fortunately, there's a lot of good stuff on math, about math, on the internet. A lot of good stuff. So They can also seek out, help that way. But primarily, the class is going to be homework given during the week. I'm trying to be reasonable, between 10 and 14 problems per week. Some of those problems are difficult. They're fairly challenging. So at that point, then I'm going to have to give some sort of a quiz. I might do that through Google Classroom. May do that through Canvas, and the two software packages which we're being told to use, and maybe even pencil and paper. So that will be what they're evaluated on, and I will, keep Synergy up to date. I will let through email how they're doing, and like I said, I just kind of encourage you to stay on them at some level. I know it's not easy, especially when they're in high school. And I've told them I'm not going to treat them like kids, that you need to be responsible for your own education. Mostly advanced algebra is a junior class. And at that point, they should be responsible. So, but, you can always kind of oversee what's happening and encourage them. So if you have any questions for me, email me and let me know what's going on if you need to. But hopefully things are going smooth. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, boil things down to the essentials, and get them enough material that they'll have fair, good understanding of advanced algebra, and if they choose to go on with math, we'll be able to do so. So I'm not going to stay too much more. If you need anything from me, please let me know. Other than that, I know this is difficult watching a video. You can't really interact with it, but I appreciate everything you do with your kids, and I appreciate the opportunity to work with your students. It's even after 30 something years, it's still an enjoyable experience. And everybody have a good evening, and I will talk to you soon, and check in, and just let me know if you need anything. Thank you.